Hey guys, it's good to see everybody tonight. This will be my last time to communicate with you. Uh, I'm posting this today. This is kind of your assignment, is to listen to my boring little spiel here for you. First of all, just let me tell you how heartbroken I am that I couldn't be with you anymore this year. I would have never guessed that I would have had a heart attack at age 49, much less missing 4 or 5 weeks of school. I was ready to come back after spring break, and and then COVID happened, and so it's just a weird year. But I'm happy I'm able to talk to you one more time before you move on to high school. Several things I want to tell you is I'm very proud of you guys. Y'all were one of the best classes that I think I've ever had in middle school before, and I enjoyed you so much. And guys, I just want to encourage you as you move on. And earlier in the week, I gave you some things to do that involved the questionnaire for the high school, and some of the things on this, some things you'd miss about middle school. Middle school's a special place. It's really where you do your growing up, and you come in. Many of you come in, boys and girls, and you leave out young men and women, and there's a lot of growth there, both physically and mentally, and it's a unique experience for you. It's a tough experience for some of you, and so some of you are going to be glad to get that behind you. You're going to miss some things. You're going to miss your teachers, and that's common, guys. That's nobody's going to be any different in that. And you're going to miss a few of your friends. The good thing is most of your friends are going to go with you. The circle of friends that you're going to have when you get to high school, and this may have been something you look forward to. That circle of friends is going to open up. You're going to have lots of opportunity to make new friends, especially if you're in extracurricular activities, if you're in band, if you're in FFA, if you're in FCCLA, all these clubs. You're going to have extra friends. You're going to have kids that are sophomores, kids that are juniors and seniors, and sometimes there'll be some really, really good friends. You're going to make new friendships, and that's a neat deal. Some of the things that some of you, if you wrote down that you have anxieties, a lot of you may have anxieties. It's going to be a bigger building, or you're going to have harder classes, you're going to have more work. And those things are true, guys, but understand that everybody else dealt with that at one time too. All those students that are up there, no matter how they may act, how cool they might act, they were in that position one time too. They were freshmen. It was new to them. It was a new experience. And so, just do your best every day. Get up every day with a positive attitude. Go to school. You're going to do fine. You're going to do fine. Everybody's going to do fine. Be yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. A lot of students really try too hard, and it makes it difficult on themselves when others try to, because a lot of people kind of look at them, as if they're trying to fit in too much. So just be yourself. Guys, you want to be around people that like you because of who you are, not because of what you're trying to be. So really focus on being yourself. The workload's going to be pretty high at high school. You're going to have multiple classes that may have homework more than you did in middle school. I may have talked to you earlier this year about that. I compare it to juggling. When you're in elementary school, the ball kind of goes back and forth like this. I got one ball, I toss it to this hand and toss it to this hand, toss it to this hand. You had one little class that you went to all day long, and you had one set of homework. You didn't have extra activities, things like that. It was pretty easy. When you got to middle school, especially 7th grade, when you started basketball, football, you started running track, you had those, maybe band, you had those extra activities. That'd be like adding another ball, 2 balls. You could toss one over here while that one's going over there, this one's going over here, toss it back and forth, back and forth. And it became a little more difficult. Well, high school is going to be adding that third ball, especially if you get involved in extra activities, which are important. It's important to get involved in those extra activities because it's going to make you a better person. But you also want to balance. You want to make sure you're not involved in too many things. But guys, if you look ahead, especially if you're wanting to go to college or go into the military or go to a technical school and you want to apply for scholarships and things like that, these activities are really, really good things to put on those applications. They're going to help grow you as a person. They're going to help challenge you. They're going to help open you up a little bit so that you are able to talk to more people, and they're going to build your personal skills. So get involved in those extra activities. Really give it a go. Clubs and activities, those are some things that maybe you didn't have that opportunity in middle school. Plus, they're good opportunities, like I said, to meet other kids from other grades. If you can find a strong friend that's a junior or a senior in high school, they can be a really good mentor to you. And they can kind of take you under their wing and really help you out and help show you some things and even help introduce you to other friends. But guys, there's just 4 things I want to share with you real quick, and I've already touched on those. I left this in a letter to the packet students, and I want to say this online with you, and I'll be pretty quick here. I know it's a 7 or 8 minute video, but I'm going to try to sum it up. The anxiety, it's okay to be that way. Everybody's been there at one time. Just take one day at a time. Be positive. The second thing is to make wise choices. I mentioned the friends that you make. You're going to have opportunities to make new friends. Make wise choices with those friends. Make sure you hang around kids that are going to lift you up. Make sure you hang around kids that are going to help you make good decisions. Those decisions and things that you're going to make. Make sure that you're making positive decisions. Understand the third thing I wanted to point out was that everything starts to count. And I think we talked about this earlier this year too. Everything in high school, the transcript, they're going to put your grades down. You're going to get credit for every class. You have to have so many credits to graduate. And when you go out to the work world or go to college, they can request a copy of that transcript and they will see the record of what you're doing. So you want to make sure, guys, that you have good grades, that you have good attendance, that you have a good discipline record. It all counts. There's going to be a first place in your grade, and there's going to be a last place in your grade when you graduate. And you want to make sure you do the very best that you can do so that you can leave that place and know that you did a really good job. And then the last thing, guys, again, the extracurricular activities, be a part of them, but also make sure that you can balance those with your class load, that you can balance those with a job maybe when you turn 16. And then the last thing here, plan ahead, guys. Don't procrastinate, don't put off. Be sure you're studying. If you get a set of notes and the test's on Friday, study on Monday night, study on Tuesday night. Take some time to prepare for those things and don't put off. Start using a planner, start using a calendar, use that calendar on your phone. I told some of you your extracurricular activities, you'll want to write those things down on those scholarship applications. Start keeping track of those things, write them down so that your junior year, when you're starting to fill out those applications, you can look back and know exactly what you did and when you did it. But guys, most of all, this is me personally from my heart to you. We serve a higher power. I'm a believer, and I want you to trust God with everything that you do, guys, and follow His path for your life and look to Him for your guidance. I love you. I care for you, and don't be a stranger. Come see me. If I'm on the bus or walking down a hall outside the buildings, say hi to me. I really appreciate you guys, and I wish you the best of luck, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.